Hello everyone, welcome back to Feed the Kids. My name is huds601. I'm going to be here running 2 Sonic games for you. We're going to start off with Sonic 3, and then we're going to be doing the second half of the Sonic 3 and Knuckles game, Sonic and Knuckles. So without further ado, let's get things underway. First off, my 2 commentators. I have the lovely, wonderful Roman here with me. Say hello.
Hello.
Of course you do it that voice. And we also have the mighty RPG as well.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, we have Opulence with us. Ooh. Probably right, to be fair, considering this is Sonic 3, but we're going to be doing Sonic New Game Plus. The only thing I'm going to say about this is it's a cursed game, Sonic 3 standalone, and this is the cursed run of the cursed game. This is about as cursed as it gets. You'll see what we mean as we go along, but without further ado, let's get things started. In 3, 2, 1, go. So, as I say, this is Sonic 3 standalone, the first half of the complete game Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where you used to get Sonic and Knuckles and attach this on top with lock-on technology. Sonic 3 is basically considered an incomplete game. Because of that, it has many, many bugs, and we're going to encounter a lot of them along the way. But first off, we're starting off in Age of Island Zone. We actually already have the 7 Chaos Emeralds, which means we can transform into Super Sonic. So the first thing I'm going to try and do is get 50 rings by going down the bottom and getting a big ring, and I'm going to let the 2 boys take over from here.
Hello.
Bit of a continuity error there in that Knuckles had just punched the emeralds out of you, but now you're super again, so I'm really not sure what's going on there.
I did say it's a cursed game.
You did, and honestly, part of the reason this run is so cursed is you're going to listen to this theme now for basically the next 25 minutes non-stop, with occasional bits of boss music coming in. I'll be honest, I don't really like the Sonic 3 mini-boss theme either. I prefer the Sonic and Knuckles one. But I will say that it's a nice brief change from the Super theme, which we have to resort back to now. The only saving grace for this is at least the levels are pretty quick to beat, so you won't have to listen to it for that long on average. Super Sonic's extra jump height and his extra mobility does make blasting through a lot of these levels relatively straightforward. He's got increased acceleration that goes with the extra jump height, and that honestly makes most of the levels a bit of a breeze.
He's also quite invincible. He doesn't take damage from boss fights. From boss touches or anything else. The only threats that you have are getting squished and bottomless pits.
I believe Super Sonic can also drown, but that really shouldn't be an issue, I don't think, in this run. And the only place, I think, with copious water is Carnival 2?
Carnival 2, which can be a little bit ropey. Now, I'm purposely not getting the bubble shield here because it's going to prevent me from transforming into Super Sonic. You would have also maybe noticed that the timer stopped during time bonus. RPG, do you want to just explain why the timer stopped a second?
So, in a lot of Sonic games, the faster you go, the higher your time bonus. So, for example, if you... I'm going to use Sonic 2 as the example really quick and then translate back, but if you finish in less than 30 seconds, you get a 50,000 time bonus. It takes about 7 seconds to wind down. Finishing in 31 would give you a time bonus of 10,000, and that would take 1 point something or 2. So you lose lots of seconds RTA from having fast times, and that kind of sucks. So most Sonic games are timed IGT. Sonic 3 cannot be timed IGT fairly because the timer stops in certain places, such as soon as you actually kill a boss and the signpost is coming down, the timer is stopped, and in the transitions between Act 1 and 2. So to make things fair, the timer only pauses while the time bonus is ticking down, so that if you've got a high time bonus, you'll not penalise those extra seconds over somebody that waited a second and then finished the level a little bit slower.
I was thinking about a good analogy of how cursed this game is, and I think I've come up with a good one. Have you ever opened a ketchup bottle and you see this weird ketchup water coming out? Imagine drinking an entire glass of that through your nose with a straw.
That's quite bad.
Talking of cursed, I have a bubble shield, which means while I'm Super Sonic, I can bounce, even though I can't actually use the bubble shield. I told you, cursed. Anyway,
to be fair though,
go on.
that was delightful to watch.
Right,
Does it also prevent you from drowning still?
Sorry?
Does it prevent you from drowning still?
Yes, the bubble shield will still work. It's the fact that despite the fact that the bubble shield isn't actually active, you can still activate its bounce effect. I told you, cursed.
It's funny because the fire dash and the double jump from the light shield don't work while Super, do they?
No, they don't. It's only that one.
It's just that one, which is really weird.
So,
Time for my favorite stages, Hydro City!
Yay! So
Act
yeah,
1
you
and
would have
2.
seen I resetted, in this case we're playing on emulator today. I don't actually own a Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive. Also, yeah, when you get the invincibility, you hear the same theme you're going to hear all the way through this run. Yeah, I reset the emulator, the console, if you like, to skip the cutscene. Because we have the save select in Sonic 3, I'm able to do that, and we can then go into the next stage. It saves us a little bit of time. The reset is faster than the cutscene itself.
Yeah, almost. Well, I say almost always. Yeah, almost always, because there are some cutscenes where you would sit through them. So, Ice Capture Launch Base, for example, is a relatively quick one. I think Marble Garden to Carnival Night as well.
Yeah.
If memory serves.
Oh,
we just had that thing again. I really hope he's going to go super in a minute. The being invincible is really good for this boss. It is possible to kill this boss very quickly. Without being invincible, but it's a very, very difficult because you need to bounce on him while he's coming down off screen, and those little rotating arms around him. You need to sort of make sure that you bounce on him at points where those arms aren't there, and it being invisible, it makes it very, very difficult. And being invincible makes that a lot simpler.
One of the things
this boss truly is quite a pain.
Sorry, man, carry on.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, like, the boss is very weird because they also kept it for Sonic Mania. And the positioning of the arms is just so weird because often you get hit when it seems like you shouldn't have, and the other way around. I don't like that boss.
So you notice in Sonic 3 Standalone, there's no spikes there. One of the other things to bear in mind as well, another curved thing, is when you're Supersonic and you're underwater, his directional movement left and right is faster, but his jump movement up and down is slower, which is really off-putting and makes it a really difficult section to do. I need to be very careful with my ring count here. I need to get Supersonic at a very specific moment, otherwise there's a particular jump that is really, really difficult to do.
I think I know exactly which bit you mean as well.
Oh, I just missed that cycle.
Oh,
nearly.
I've also made a mental note of the cycle of the platform at the very beginning, which was 22. That will come into play a little bit later. But yeah, 45 rings here. I'm going to grab the 4 just here. I'm going to grab 1 more here, and now we're super good. Okay,
unfortunately,
a piece of cake.
I was about to say, unfortunately, regular Sonic can't skip some of the slides, but being able to just jump over the top of the level like that, and it is not a glitch. For those that are perhaps thinking that some chesting is going on, it's technically not actually breaking any level boundaries. But actually being super, that makes it really, really straightforward.
Now, some of you may have asked, why didn't I just spin dash down the slide and try and get the big thing? So I just need to do some mental math a second. 22, 28, 34. I think it's up. I'm going to try and go under. Yay, nice.
Ooh, quick maths, well done.
That looks very tight.
There you go, that's what the number was for. Oh, also another thing, if I don't hold my spin dash down, if I go straight away, it'll soft lock the game. So I need to wait for the music to cut back in, otherwise we would have soft locked that. I told you, the game is cursed.
Sonic 3 is definitely a complete finished game.
So go back to
It's
what...
the whole...
Oh god, go on.
It's half of the whole package.
Oh yeah. Also,
That is true.
Say hello to Yellow Sonic.
Yeah, the sprite
hold
doesn't
on a
change
minute.
back, doesn't it?
Yeah, the sprite doesn't change, so we're
Hold
not
on a
Sonic, but we
minute
get
here.
yellow. And we get yellow tag. It's a cursed game.
It's genuinely been so long since I played not Sonic 3 Air that I'd forgotten how this game was held together by, like, spit and blue tack.
It's ridiculous.
This is astonishing, honestly. Marble Garden's a pretty fun level, though, because you can grab 50 rings pretty much right off the bat on it straight away, and being able to go super, I believe, gives you access to the Tails only route. Oh, no, actually, no, do you need to do this with the Lightning Shield first and then super?
So I made a slight mistake there. Because I've got invincibility, I can't actually transform at this point, so it's fine. You can.
But it doesn't matter, we have the same music still.
Exactly. You can take the Tails route, except Supersonic can't make it up the next bit, so it's actually no real point taking it. You want to go this way. The only real problem is that I actually accidentally got the Lightning Shield on. I didn't want it, so we're going to lose this in a second.
Yeah, find a nice little obstacle to just sort of smash yourself onto.
Yeah, quite a shocking experience, wasn't it?
Nice. So, just going back to what I was saying in Hydra, you'll notice I'm not spinning a lot here. I'm certainly not using the spin dash, because guess what? There's another bug in the game. That bug is when you are Supersonic, if you go into a roll at any point, his speed decreases, not increases. So you can be in a roll going down a hill, and you get slower as you go down. That'll be most prevalent when we get to Ice Cap 2. There is a section that you have to roll down, and we actually, with Supersonic, have to stop at the bottom and spin dash to make it up because we lose all our speed.
Did you realize
That's
that your
amazing.
braking animation, like when you like stop and brake with the sound comes, you return back to normal Sonic, but with yellow colors?
Yep. Oh yeah, the sprites are incomplete as well. Now, see if I can
Amazing.
get this. Oh, just way too early. Okay, that's fine. You can one-cycle this boss. If you get a jump on one of the little micro-slopes you can see at the bottom, you can basically jump onto the boss and keep Sonic in the air and just keep getting the hits before the boss goes to the top. But, yeah.
I'd be wrong on this, but with the incomplete sprites, that I know, for example, when Sonic is holding onto something from below, he reverts back to his normal sprite, but yellow, doesn't he, when he's super?
Yep.
Yeah. There's a few places where it's a bit jank, to be nice about it.
The question is, which one of you two knows why this game is so jank? What's the reason behind it?
Wasn't it rushed out because of McDonald's?
Yeah, so the original intention was that Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the complete game, was going to be Sonic 3. Or as the story goes. Except they had a promotion with McDonald's that McDonald's didn't want to stop, and the game was very much not complete. By the way, one of my favourite jumps in the game here. Lovely.
Nice.
Nice, big jumps.
Yeah, they wanted to obviously do this promotion, but the game wasn't complete, and also the cartridge to hold the full game, because it had gotten quite bloated, was very expensive. So yeah, they ended up splitting the game in two and rushing out the first half, which is why the level select Flying Battery appears after Carnival Night, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's not in this part of the game, it's in the second part and various other weird things.
Yeah, and I suspect realistically the reason it's moved into the Sonic and Knuckles half is after they split it in half, because originally Knuckles was not going to do Flying Battery. They realised that he had 3 full zones and then Hidden Palace and Sky Sanctuary, and that would have been a very short game for Knuckles to introduce him.
Yeah.
So it got swapped around.
It's also the reason why when you have both games together as well, so when you're playing the full Sonic 3 and Knuckles, quite a lot of the levels have minor tweaks to them. Basically, the level design wasn't really finished, so they went back afterwards and made sure that if you're playing the full game, it tweaks the levels. One of the bits being just before there, there's a set of spikes missing.
Yeah, and there's some spikes that get moved around in... Actually, Launch Base 1 and 2 in particular is substantially different, isn't it?
Yes.
There are lots of differences in Launch Base 2. That's the one that really sticks out to me. And also, at least when you play it in locked-on mode as well, they fixed the fact that Tails has to die in Ice Cap, canonically.
I feel like I'm going to have nightmares from this music, just laying in my bed, sweaty, hearing...
I would like to say you get used to it, but honestly you don't.
No, you don't.
I mean, a Sonic game is not a complete Sonic game without a, 2-second loop of something.
I'm hearing the sound effects, but the actual super music I'm basically tuning out of my brain.
So this is another cutscene we're not going to skip. There's very little in it, depending on how quickly you can reset and skip the Sega logo. If you don't skip it, it's not fast enough.
Sega.
Into Carnival Night we go. Gonna grab this ring box here, gonna grab these rings. Need to be very careful not to enable wheel glitch now because we're running. So don't hit that wheel, otherwise it's technically no longer glitchless.
Yep.
Also, nice transform while running in midair.
The glitchless route through Act 1 is quite nice. I find, in terms of, the speed run, I don't find Act 1 of Carnival Night too bad. It's just really unfortunate that they put clowns.mp3 as the music for it.
So true.
I'm so amazed to tightly observe the sprites that are being used, because it's so often just regular Sonic in yellow.
Yep. Well, I believe it does that even in full S3K as well. There are a lot of sprites that are just regular Sonic.
Yeah, skid animation is regular Sonic. If you look down, he's Super Sonic, but if you look up, he's normal Sonic.
That's honestly kind of amazing.
But yeah,
making quick work of this boss that I'm not allowed to name on stream.
Correct. So yeah, it's very much held together with not even sellotape or duct tape. It's held together with chewing gum at best.
Yeah.
Also, this is
chewing gum and hopes and dreams.
If you hold down, you don't see the screen doesn't reset. I'm just
but
trying
it
to
did
get
save
as
some
many of these as I
time.
can.
It did save some
Put out
time.
an epilepsy warning. Look at all the flashy colours.
So, probably one of the most difficult parts to run it. Also, hello, Tails. Thanks for joining us. Zombie Tails.
Best boy! Oh.
So one of the most difficult jumps here. See if I can get it. Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
Because I want to get that big ring. If you don't, it's around about a 10 or 15 second time loss as you correct yourself. However, we are now against the clock here because ring count is vital in this level, and you really don't get enough rings.
Yeah, this is out of all the levels in the game, this is the one that's realistically most difficult, I think, to remain super all the way through, because unlike as we've become accustomed to with the quality of life changes in air, we can't super cancel in this one, so we automatically lose 10 rings there to having to sit through the cutscene. This underwater section has very few rings in it, and it's very much a case of you need to make it through the middle part of the level and keep super long enough to get to some of the ring boxes that are closer to the end.
Also need to not drown, and also need to not get crushed on this section here.
Yeah, being underwater has this weird mechanic to it where you can't breathe, which is kind of a dick move on water side, I think.
It's not ideal.
There we go. Mouth and safety.
Yeah, I think that was a good move there, stopping to make sure you don't drown.
Normally what I would do is actually try and race through this section here. By the way, you can barely make that barrel as supersonic because, say, it ruins the jump height. And I try to make it to here and get to the top where you can then get above the water line. It's a little bit tricky to do. Oh, no!
No! Oh, how far back is
ring
that
count is getting really tight right now.
That's never happened before.
Take on the bingo card.
Yay!
That has legit never happened. I normally get there with about 5 rings to go, but I missed some rings along the way.
At least there are plenty of rings coming up later on so that you can return super ready for the boss to speed it up, because the boss of Carnival Night 2 is dreadful if you don't have super form or iframes.
Oh, yes.
I guess actually it's not too bad for Sonic because you've got the Insta Shield. But for any other character in a not New Game Plus run, it can be really, really hard.
Oh my goodness!
Nice bounce!
Just squeezing through.
I need new pants.
Need to be careful here because, don't want to get crushed onto that barrel, and if I hadn't have hit the barrel above me where I landed, Sonic would have done an extra bounce at the bottom, which often catches most runners out, or most players, and you'll end up getting crushed onto the barrel because you can't move.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
really
losing the bubble shield though, I should say, that's not an accident. Because I want the Insta Shield for this bit. I'll play up here.
Yep, and then there's another few rings coming up as well, which should get you back to 50 in a sec. Perfect.
Nice.
And back to regular music.
Yeah, nice.
Oh god, I hate this.
You're right though,
actually
Huds, you
quite
don't
fun.
get used to it.
Sadly.
Oh, final boss. This was the final boss of me as a child. Never got past this.
Fine, we're going to sneak under it.
I like the grabbing the invincibility there to make sure that you're double invincible.
Well, you just want to be safe, right? I mean, you've got to be outside.
Sometimes you gotta.
Okay, now imagine if it would put on the music again, but with like a slight second delay, so you just hear it above each other.
Good with reverb, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Hello, Knuckles.
Hello.
And up we go.
Alright, and now we get to make short work of this boss.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, with Sonic it's not the end of the world because you've got the Insta Shield, but realistically with Super Sonic it's much easier, so we can do this.
Yeah, it's very satisfying just bouncing on him.
Bouncy strats.
Okay, so we're going to be doing another reset in a second to skip the cutscene here in Carnival Night, and then I'm going to try my best to do another cursed glitch for you in Ice Cap.
Very nice. And I was about to say, Ice Cap is the reward for the hard times we've just suffered through there in Carnival Night, isn't it? So
That's fun. Right, let's see what we can do here. I just need to time this a second. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Right, here goes. Get ready for this. We can transform like that and then it's just all cursed.
no.
Oh
Sonic
no.
became one with his snowboard.
You must one.
Yeah, I'd never even considered for 1 minute that would happen if you did that there. This finds more ways to delight and horrify me.
It either.
Oh, well, I mean, there is that, clearly, isn't that?
Oops. That's fine.
I'm assuming picking up that lightning shield there is so that you can start Act 2 with it to make life a little bit easier there.
Believe it or not, no. I don't actually want it with that. Oh, in some ways, it saves me picking it up in Act 2. We do get it in Act 2, actually, thinking about it. So, yeah, it was a genuine accident. Because we've got the Insta Shield, it doesn't really cost us time to grab it in Act 2. I don't need the extra rings here. Yeah, I was actually meant to spin dash off of that and go to the right, but, you know, it's all good. It's all good.
Sometimes you just flex by getting a shield for no reason.
Fun fact, if you look up here, you'll just camera out.
Yeah.
So you mustn't look up, otherwise that's a glitch.
Or look down, I believe will also do
Or
it.
look down, yeah, I think either or will work. Also,
Yeah,
Sonic's falling animation in this is standard Sonic. As is his jump animation when he's on a spring. Oh, missed jump. Ooh, that's fine. Just go back down. Do it again.
I kind of want to say to give credit where credit is due, because considering all that was going on at development and how it's like, oh, by the way, you have to finish this now. It's
Pretty much.
still playable?
Pretty much what happened, like... So, yeah, it's okay. Fun fact for Act 2, by the way, just before we get into it, I can't take top path initially because they forgot to put the trampoline in the top path to get up there. So you have to take bottom path, so we're going to start there and then go up to the top.
It is quite funny that the fastest way to beat the level is to do the wrong route until you can go backwards onto the correct one.
Literally that. Yeah, that's the light shield we normally get, but we can skip that, which is fine. Oh, hopefully this
Could
won't
have just played this off as like some next level speed strat.
Myself, get subpixel.
There's the subpixel.
There we go.
Where do you want?
Fine. I'm going to go up here, just make it. I'm then going to lose the shield and then transform.
Hi, Ben.
Also, I don't know if anyone else has spotted it, but every time I transform, have a look next time if you haven't looked. There's a couple of frames where Sonic is black and green.
You know, I've been sat there noticing it, just not commenting on it, just assuming that it's something completely normal in Sonic 3's jank.
Also, there's the bit, by the way, where you basically have slowdown. I wasn't holding back then. Sonic had just slowed down of his own accord, just like that. So
That's so strange that his physics are just so categorically broken.
Yep. Oh, I didn't quite make that, but that's fine. Made that one.
Ooh, I tensed a bit there. At least we get to be super for this boss, which speeds it up fairly dramatically, because if you fall off rhythm with that boss in particular, it's very, very easy to sort of lose all of your rings and have them disappear through the floor and have a really bad time.
Exactly.
Kind of sad we missed so much of these. I was fine. It was just sad. Like, it's kind of sad how much of the great music we missed, because Ice Cap is like one of the best songs in the entire Sonic franchise.
So we're on launch phase. We're going to go down here and go grab a big ring. So you get 9 seconds of launch phase and then we're back to normal.
And that's a shame, because Launch Base Zone really slaps. But, you know,
Oh, I
actually,
should have rolled.
I really thought you were going to clip into that slope then, and that was going to be it.
Yeah, that's muscle memory for a different game coming into play. Or a different category, I should say. Whoops.
Normal Sonic in the elevator.
I think it's fair to say that, I mean, yeah, considering how quickly they had to rush out Sonic 3 standalone, they didn't do a bad job. It's just, realistically, while there is some jank with the game as normal, when it comes to the worst part of it, it's basically Super Sonic is very poorly implemented. That's the real problem with this game.
Yeah. It is perfectly playable. There are some oddities, but not really any. Well, so I suppose there are a bit more than you'd get in a standard Sonic game. Also, there are no spikes there. But it's, you know, it's certainly more polished than Sonic 06's, for example.
I was want to ask, like, what's like the biggest sinner here? Is it this Sonic 06 or Sonic Boom when it got released?
Oh, wow.
That is a question.
Or Sonic Colors Ultimate on Switch.
I mean, that's up there, innit? I mean, I will say, be of tangent aside, that I'm a big fan of Sonic 06. It has a special place in my heart.
Okay, so up we go. We are going to lose Super Sonic here. We don't need Super Sonic for the boss fight. In actual fact, I kind of don't want Super Sonic for the boss fight, so that's not too bad. We'll grab 3 rings in a second for safety. Can I just give a big shout out while we're looking at this Knuckles cutscene here to Ben in Sweden. Ben was meant to be here commentating, but unfortunately had some prior engagements. It's Ben's fault that I learned to run this category. So
I blame Ben.
Basically, blame Ben for this one.
Much love to Ben. Great person.
Also, something else you'll spot me do here. After my first hit, I'm going to jump again. I will explain why in just a second. I'm going to do that, then jump again. The reason for that, I'm going to do it each time just to be safe, is guess what? There's another bug. This is the Insta Shield Bug, whereby if the Insta Shield is still active when Sonic lands, like that, the next time you jump, the Insta Shield doesn't work.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so you got to watch out for that one as well.
Doing this boss specifically, I noticed that when you hit him with the Insta Shield, the score time and rings count switch black for a second.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right, kill those two. We're going down here. We're going to grab ourselves a big ring.
Yeah, and Launch Base 2 has a significant number of differences between the full Sonic 3 Knuckles and sort of the base Sonic 3 that we're playing here, in the form of there are some badniks that are missing that stop you going a really, really good route. As base Sonic, I assume Super Sonic's able to just make it up just fine.
Yeah.
And there is weird missing collision on things that are underwater as well.
Now,
Which we should see those towards the end. Oh, and this tunnel as well. You don't have to go in S3K.
This is another one that is very ring dependent. I need to basically finish the. Whoops. I need to effectively finish the. Didn't quite finish. Yeah, there we go. I need to finish the first boss with I think 95 rings off the top of my head, and we're a little bit shy here, so I need to get a move on. Thank you.
There's another 10 rings to your left as well, isn't there, I believe?
There is indeed. We always get.
Nice.
Go along here.
Swag jump?
Right, go.
Swag jump.
It's weird to me that you have to, like, for me personally, whenever I go down a slope in a Sonic game, I would actually just roll to gain the momentum, but here it'd be counterproductive.
Yeah. Right. Big jump. Yay, got it. Right, that's our safety
Ooh,
range, which
nice.
is just what we want. Also, we can get up to the boss here, and then we can just walk into him. Because that's also a
Absolutely
thing.
as intended.
Should have just kicked Eggman in the shin right there.
So the reason why we need all the rings is because Super Sonic doesn't disable in this cutscene, and we can't skip the cutscene, so we need the rings to make it across to do both bosses.
Yep.
Yep.
I believe Super Sonic will let you get extra hits on Big Arms, won't it? As you'll be able to hit him while he's flying across the ceiling.
Correct, and I am going to try my best to one-cycle the boss. If I do, we are going to get the most cursed of cursed endings.
Oh,
So-
splendid.
Fingers
That's
crossed for
promising.
that. It's really hard to do. I've only managed it a couple of times, but I will do my best.
You need some quiet time for focus, or just...
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I know the second boss, the laser tower one you've got to do in a minute, has an extremely difficult strat, doesn't it?
Very difficult. Here we go. Are we ready? I'm going to stand right in this precise position here and then wait.
Yep. This is such a... I can't look at this. Can we get a round of applause for HUD here for that?
I would like some air horns thrown in, like some MLG Pro signs.
Okay, so here's Big Arms. He's going to come from the right ones, then come from the left. We've got 30 rings left, so we need to do this in 30 seconds.
30 seconds sounds pretty reasonable.
In theory. Basically, I want to avoid getting grabbed if I can, so here we go. Try and get
I
some.
like how in Mania, Big Arms is someone brought back, but on his arms there's like Band-Aid to signify that it's fixed.
Oh,
Nice!
yes! Okay, prepare yourselves. Time comes up when the screen fades to white, and prepare yourselves for the most cursed thing you are ever going to see when it comes to Sonic.
It's
I'm
pretty bad.
so happy about that.
Oh, that was a brilliant one cycle as well. Like, textbook perfect.
I got really good RNG with him staying at the top there. Really good RNG. Yeah, 257 for Launch Base 2 is pretty awesome.
So excited!
We get the nice ending cutscene, and we're going to see Sonic.
This is all happy and lovely so far. This is great! Oh,
Oh,
no.
I will swallow your souls.
I don't think Sonic's okay.
Sonic is not okay. Sonic is very not okay. Oh dear, that is Sonic 3's standalone Sonic New Game Plus Glitchless, an unbelievably cursed run. I hope you enjoyed it. It's something, a run that I both love and hate in equal measures. Hate because it's so annoying to get everything right. As you saw in Carnival Night, like just running out of rings took a death, unfortunately. But when things do go right, like the ending there, it can be a lot of fun. Yeah, so chaps, anything you guys want to say at all?
I feel like I've lost part of my soul and humanity when he looks into his eyes there.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ever going to be okay again after seeing Sonic like that. But yeah, thanks for having me. It was really good fun run to watch. Good run to commentate over.
Yeah, it was really great. Thanks for having me as well. It was amazingly fun, and I look forward to seeing some of you again sometime soon, maybe.
My absolute pleasure. Yeah, thank you both very much for commentating. That's not all from me, though. That's the first half of Sonic 3 and Knuckles done. I'm next going to be running Sonic and Knuckles Glitchless. We're going to be switching character, doing the second half of the game. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. Shoutouts to the SSC as always. Thank you to my two commentators. Again, shoutouts to Ben who got me into doing this run. Unfortunately couldn't be here with us today. And I'm going to hand it back while we get ready for the next run.